Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey everyone, have you ever thought of having your own cloud storage like Google Drive on your own server? That's right, my friend. Today we'll be installing and setting up Nextcloud on AWS. So now I'll head to my EC2 AWS dashboard and I'll go to instances. There I'll launch a new instance. I have selected my closest region, which is Mumbai to me. This will make our uploads and downloads to our server pretty fast. And I'll give the name for this as Nextcloud. I'll select the operating system as Ubuntu and the version as Ubuntu Server 20.over this. Here for the instance type, I'll just select the default, which is T2 micro, which is also part of the pre tab. So that works for us. I'll go to key pair and I'll create a new key pair and I'll create a key pair. Now when you scroll down, you would want to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic for our Nextcloud EC2 instance so that we can publicly access a Nextcloud cloud storage like this. And for storage, 8 GB works, but I'll still increase it to 30 GB for this video. And you can review all the settings once again before you click launch instance. Alright, now it's going to take some time, around 1 to 2 minutes to get it running. So we'll be back that time. Okay, so now our instance state is showing as running and now we can connect to it. So I'll click the instance ID and I'll click connect and also the IP will need this later in the video, so I'll just copy and save it and I'll click connect. Now it will connect to our instance via SSH through the web console of AWS as the user has Ubuntu, so I'll just switch to root user and I'll update the packages. I'll hit enter here, once again enter, and now we can install Nextcloud. So now we'll be using the snap package for this. So type sudo snap install Nextcloud and let it install. So now let's just check if it's installed successfully in Snap changes and the package name, which is Nextcloud in this case. So as you see, it's installed at today. And yes, now you would want to head back to your instance ID, and then in the networking section you will need to find the network connected, which is right here. I'll click on this, then the network interface, and then this is where we are going to add our security group. So now since it has added the inbound boot for HTTP and HTTPS, this is all good here. Now I'll head back here and let's just create a new swap partition. So what swap partition is going to do is, for example, we have 1 GB of RAM, so we can add additional RAM. This is virtual RAM. This will be stored in our disk. So, and obviously this will be comparatively slower to our main RAM, but this adds as an additional memory for our workloads. So for this Nextcloud, this will help us. All the links for the command will be in the description. And now the next one, and then let's just give it the permissions. Let's make it a swap partition and let's turn on the swap. Now this is a 2 GB swap partition. So now once I go here, now you can see we have additional 2 GB of swap, out of which 0 is being used, but over time this will start being used, like 512 KB has already been used. So now we'll just allow the firewall to the port 80 and 443 as well. Now once this is done, I'll just clear my screen, and now you can type sudo nextcloud dot manual hyphen install, and then the username, in this case this will be demonstration p, which is my name, and then we'll just add a sample password for this, which is test134, and we'll hit enter. Now once this is done, now what we can do is get the trusted domain. For example, when I type here nextcloud.process config it to get trusted domains, it will return us back localhost. So now our Nextcloud virtual machine is, the instance is still not accessible at this IP. So now if I just copy this and I paste it, access through untrusted domains. So now we need to add it to our trusted domains list. So what I'll do is I'll type the same command, nextcloud dot. This time I've set trusted domains and whatever you want. So for example, I'm just setting this as example.com, whatever your domain name is. For the example, I'm just adding it, and now once you check it back, now we are having 2 over here. But now I'll just change it back to our IP address so that we can access it. And now it is accessible. There you go. Now we created the username and the password earlier. There you go. We have logged in. I'll just go next, next, and next, and we have completed setup with Nextcloud. Now there's another step which is totally optional, but if you're seeing this not secure at the top and you have a domain name, so what you can do is you can just verify this using Let's Encrypt. So the command for that will be, and I'll just go enter. That's asking for the terms, and you must have a domain name. In this case, for the tutorial, I'm just setting next. It will go ahead and fail due to no domain name, and I'll put the email address. And this won't allow our IP. So this isn't allowed, but in case you have any sort of domain name here, you can enter that domain name and this will change to HTTPS, which is secured like this instead of not secure. So for us, this is totally fine. And now we can check out Nextcloud. So I'll go here. I see a README file. This is how README editing works. For example, let's go with test. I am using Nextcloud. It just gets auto saved as well. I can play a PDF. I can play videos. There are photos as well. For example, I have opened this photo and I can upload files over here. Then you can go to the photos section where you'll see all these. For example, they have already added some sample media for us. Then you can go to the personal settings. You can add your full name, email address, and just customize your Nextcloud. When you go to system, you can see our memory and our swap usage. So this is our memory, this is our load. We made a 30 GB disk, so out of which 24.3 GB is still free. And then we are having the apps as well. Here you'll find apps across various fields. So for example, the active apps are these. You can install terms of service and you can install some mail contacts. There's many apps. For example, I'll install the calendar one. Now it's installed, so now we can see one more called as calendar. And even now you can use calendar in Nextcloud as well. So there are many different apps in the App Store which you can try out and use whichever you find useful, like the notes one. There are some sharing ones. There's two-factor in case you want security. Then to prevent suspicious login, we have got that as well. If this feature, it will the feature tick. And that's it for this video tutorial. I hope everyone liked it and I'll see you in the next one.